Checking connection. And checking connection. I think we're good on everything. Alright, I don't see nothing at all. Just me this time, I guess. Hey, everybody. Let's see. I think we're good to go on everything right now. Today is the day before election, so it would be November 2nd, 2020, and I hope everybody's having a great day today. In a way, I'll be glad when this election's over, because in the next 30 days, I'll be able to see some of my friends again, since I paused everybody that was doing any kind of hate or negativity. I didn't delete anybody. I paused them out. I want everybody to know that it is important for everybody to get out and vote tomorrow. No matter what your belief systems are or anything else, whether you're right or left, it don't matter. I believe that each and every one of you needs to get out and vote. And on that note, I hope everybody's having a great day. We had the Marine Corps League meeting tonight. The Marines showed up. We all were talking about some great events for next year, and what we're going to be doing for the Marine Corps birthday ball this year, since we've canceled a lot of that due to Corona, the COVID-19. One of the things I want to tell everybody tonight, though, is because of the COVID-19 and because of everything going on, one of the things that people keep forgetting is there are older people and there are people that with disabilities and have weakened immune systems. They don't have much going on right now. And I recommend that you call them up on the phone, just people you normally wouldn't, just to make sure they're okay, to say hi, to say how you doing, maybe talk what you guys used to talk with each other and stuff like that. It's important that you do this. And the reason why is because a lot of people are missing that extra human contact. They're missing that, camaraderie, and I know with Marines and Army, with people's PTSD and everything like that, and their depression, and people that aren't military but they have depression and everything else, depression is a real thing. And we have to take into accountability the people that suffer from it. In a way, I think we all suffer from it. There's people out there, they're missing their kids and everything else. I miss my daughter terribly. But one of the things we have to do is we have to make sure we're all okay. We have to make sure that we're calling each other, check on each other. One of the things I will tell, if anybody needs a ride in the Adams County area tomorrow to or from, I don't care who you're going to vote for, but if you need a ride to get to a polling place or to go vote or something, you're more than welcome to call me up. I mean, my number's out there. It's 217-316-0219. And you know what? I will give you a ride to and from the polling place. We're not going to talk about politics, though, because, like I said, you get to vote for who you want to. Nobody is, that's your vote, and it's confidential, and we'll keep it like that. But we also want to make sure that nobody's cheating. We want to make sure everything's going fair. I don't care as long as at the end of all this, everybody understands that, we're all friends. We're all need to get back, get back into our groups, get back into the swing of things, get back to work. It doesn't, a president does not dictate to you on who you could be friends with, how you're friends with, everything else. No president in history can do that. But what we can do is we can all get back with each other and start, being friends and family again. I know there's so many people out there. Because they side one way or the other and they're friends, you should have never segregated or kicked anybody off because of their viewpoints or because they don't have the same viewpoint as you. What makes us great is all of our differences. And I always tell you, when we were the colonies, did you know that 90% of those in the colonies did not want to separate from Great Britain? They didn't have a problem they didn't want to cause any animosity. They didn't want any problems whatsoever. And then so, when our independence, when we fought Britain, a lot of colonies didn't want to fight because they didn't see the overall need. They couldn't get into the swing of things. Then fast forward to where Britain tried to take back over again. There was another war for that. Now going to the Civil War, you had you had brother against brother. You had family against family for the Civil War, where 600,000 people died. Fighting for a cause. There's a reason why we have statues and stuff to this day. Because we had to make reparations. We had to make in order for everybody to stay part of the Union, Lincoln had to do a lot of things in order to keep our country together. And I know that everybody's like, they like to think of it in today's terms, but you can't. You've got to look at history and what history was about. And if we lose that history, we lose the soul of America. And history is not pretty. It's got a lot of demons to it, but you can't start over and make it all fresh. You can only make it better. And whenever we do it, as we move forward, we make it better. And believe it or not, both sides have atrocities. Both sides have a lot of nasty things going on, you know? And both sides are very one sided. So when you go out and vote, don't blame each other for what's going on. Don't sit there and get mad because you heard something on TV. Don't get mad because somebody told you something. Don't get mad because one liked one over the other. That's the reason why we have private voting. It's nobody's business. In the end, the person that gets elected, it's all done in private. So your vote is yours. And that's one thing you get to have as an American is a vote. And so when you go and do it, after you cast your vote, be done with it. But remember, there's a lot of lonely people out there because of COVID going on right now. We're coming in a cold and flu season. Cities and counties and stuff are all completely locked down right now. Call your friends. A phone, by picking up the phone, you're not giving anybody anything. Okay? We are an electronics world nowadays. Everybody's got a phone. Everybody, doesn't matter if it's a house phone, a cell phone, if you're calling from a computer or a tablet or anything else. Right now, I got three different devices on right now, and you guys get to see me. And the reason why I'm doing this is because each and every one of you matters. Each and every one of you makes a difference. Make sure you're telling your friends they matter. Make sure you're telling your mom and dad you love them. Make sure that, you're giving your kids a hug each night. Make sure you're reading to them. Don't just put them in front of a video game and think it's okay, because it's not. If you need ideas, I have given ideas on YouTube and everything else, everywhere from cooking to baking to gardening to mashunga sticks to horseback riding to go-karts to soapbox derbies to you name it, we've done it, to board games, to different things that I took pride and got to do with my daughter, and I gave as an educational tool to so people could come up with different ideas on their own of things they can do, so that when they go out there they have memories, and that's what we have. Um, Forgive people. We sometimes get in this bad habit of holding grudges and holding a lot of animosity towards people. And one of the biggest reasons why is we can't forgive ourselves for different things we do. I'm a Marine, and not everything was always great with other Marine Corps brothers I had. But to this day, there's nothing I wouldn't do for any of them. I don't care where they were at in their life or what we ever, but you know what? There's nothing I wouldn't do for any of them. Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves for allowing ourselves to have hatred, or have animosity or greed, or we get jealous or envious of people. And I've been that way too. And I've been, when I built my nightclubs, and when I've been in drug and alcohol detox counselor, and as I built like different businesses and network businesses. And then when I got in, I had people that were jealous or envious, or I was doing it and they couldn't, so they gave up, or they blamed me because they didn't know that it's okay to fail. Or I had people basically didn't make all kinds of money upstart, so I would suddenly it's like, there's not a business alive where you're going to make money overnight. And those people, then I go and look at their past, and they've got a record of it. They want that quick, even though they've never had it. They want that quick buck, but they've never had it before. There are some people out there, they want to find that illegal thing so they can make even more money. But it's not going to happen, because you have to do things legally. You got to do things the right way. And the best jobs where you can make the most money are helping people. Whether you want to believe it or not, if the more people you help, the more you're going to get in return. You help enough people get to the top, they will pull you up. You know, I do know that one of my friends, I'm not going to say nothing right now until I got it, they are going to be running for the mayor of Quincy. And, he's got all my respect in the world. He's a military veteran, and he's an outstanding person. And, whenever he announces it publicly, which I think he did, but I'm going to wait for another day before I mention his name, because, like I said, to me, he's a great guy. All right. Now, does that take away from the other guys running? No, it doesn't. Because at this time, you got to look at them at all equal, and that's what we're going to do. Just because he's a friend of mine, he's still going to be an equal. You got to be able to forgive yourselves, guys. Okay. You got to learn to pray when no one's looking. Do the right thing for the right reason. When you get no credit, nobody knows you're doing it. You know, I know sometimes even I get agitated when I'm sitting there doing a lot of good things and nobody notices, and then all of a sudden somebody comes and tries to take all the credit for it. You're right, I do get agitated on that, but it happens. But you know what's funny is when somebody goes to them and asks them how they did it, they don't have a clue how. Why? Because they didn't do it in the first place. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Be great tonight. Tomorrow's election day. Let's go into the election and believe it or not, let's show kindness. So you don't have to tell anybody who you're voting for, but you can show kindness. You know, go to the polling booth. I'm watching how everybody's predicting, oh, all this is going to be uprise and there's going to be destruction in the streets. No, you know what? That shouldn't be there in the first place. I come from a community where, you know what? People are going to go vote and they're going to be done with it. Because in my community, they actually like each other. They may not agree on politics, they may not agree on procedures, but I'm proud to come from a city. I mean, and that there's over 20,000 in the city, another 20,000. So you're looking at around 60,000 people from everywhere from the outskirts to the smaller counties. You know, you take Adams County, and they do a really good job. And I think that's where I get a lot of my, you know, like I said, where we come from, it's not about who you vote for, it's about whether or not you show up. It's not about what church you go to, it's about whether you pray for each other. It's not about, you know, where you frequent and what bars you go to. It's about if you go there to meet your friends. And that's what people care about. They care that you show up. They care that you're there. They care that they know you're okay. And if they don't know that, they get upset because they want you to be okay. And that's why I love my community so much. It's why I love the idea of being able to raise my daughter here. So forgive each other. Be great when you go out there. And remember this, you matter. Everything you do matters. Everything who you are matters, okay? And if you're a Marine or you're a veteran or someone with PTSD need a friend, you know, my phones are always on. And if they're not, it means I'm sleeping, so I'll call you back. But for the most part, know this. You matter. You make a difference. And I'm a better person for knowing each and every one of you. You know what? Don't be afraid to say hi to me. Hey, I like when people say hi on my timeline. I like when somebody, you know, they want to have a conversation. You know, all you got to do is send me a message. You know, all you got to do is tell me how we know each other. If we don't, you know, then why not? What's stopping you from getting to know me? So know this. You matter. You're awesome. And I look forward to talking with you. Have a good night, everybody. And I will talk with everybody soon. And remember this. Your vote matters. But guess what? Nobody else has to know what it is. You know, just go in there and vote. Make sure you get out and vote. And it doesn't matter who you vote for as long as you go vote. It matters. It matters to every veteran out there. It matters to every person that's an American, and it matters what goes on. Have a great night, everybody. God bless, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Bye now. There we go. And end.